Okay, this is lesson 15-4. You're gonna analyze more patterns. It says, Emmanuel and Madison are creating patterns. Hi, Emmanuel. Hi, Madison. The first term in each pattern is 4. Emmanuel uses the rule multiply by 4. Madison uses the rule add 7. So we see here we have Emmanuel's pattern. Here are all the terms. And it starts at 4, just like they said right here. Then we have Madison's pattern. And she starts at 4 because the first term in each pattern starts at 4. So the 4 is written down. Emmanuel uses the rule multiply by 4. And Madison uses the rule add 7. So I like to write them here just so I can organize myself. It says, what are the missing terms? So here are some of the symbols, and these symbols are missing. So let's see the first one. So I make sure that your rule matches up with everything. So let's start with the first one. So if the first term is 4, and I multiply by 4, 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, that checks out. Then if I have 16 and I multiply by 4, go ahead and do some side work. 16 times 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2. So 64 should be here. But I'm not gonna stop, I'm just gonna double check my work. So then I keep going with my rule times 4. What's 4 times 4? 16, correct? What's 4 times 6? 24, add 1, 25. And is this 256? Yes, so that checks out. All right, so then for this and symbol is equal to 64. So that's going to be B. All right, let's go on to Madison's pattern. So she starts at 4, and the rule is to add 7. So I'm going to add 7. 4 plus 7 is 11, but I'm gonna make sure that it all works out. Then I have 11 plus 7, that gives me 18, that checks out. And I'm missing this at sign, so now I have to do plus 7 again. If you're not sure, side work. 8 plus 7, 15, regroup, 25. But keep going just to double check. Add 7 again. 5 plus 7, regroup, and that works out. So the 2 asterisk sign is equal to 11, so that would be D. And the at symbol is equal to 25H. So if you were working on your Google Classroom, you would pick B, D, and H. Would be all the ones that you would click on. All right, another example. Mrs. Castro uses the terms from 2 patterns to form ordered pairs to plot on a grid. The rule for X is to multiply by 3, then subtract 1 to the previous term. The rule for Y is to add 3 to the previous term. X starts at 1 and Y starts at 4. Which ordered pair would Mrs. Castro plot? All right, so your first step is to make a table. One is going to be labeled X and Y. So let's go back. The rule for X is to multiply by 3, then subtract 1. So this is going to be multiply by 3, subtract 1. That's the rule. The rule for Y is to add 3 to the previous term. So Y is to add 3. X starts at 1, so the first term for X will be 1. Y starts at 4, so the first term, and then I'm gonna label term 1, 2, 3, 4, So like I told you in previous lessons, I like to do 5 terms and then see if those work. Okay, so now let's see. 1 times 3, because that's the rule. You start at 1, times 3 is 3, minus 1, your next term is 2. And then the rule is times 3, so times 3, 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 is 5. Then we do the rule again. Oh, I skipped one. Times 3 minus 1, 5 times 3 is 15, minus 1 is 14. Did not even see this. Let me just go back in. Term 4, term 5, okay. And then, like I said, I like to do 5 terms just to make sure. Sometimes it doesn't match up. I have to go on to 6 terms, but we'll stop at 5. 14 times 3, side work, was 3 times 4. 12, regroup, 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 42, oh, and then minus 1, I forgot that part last step. So it is 41. All right, let's go on to Y. Y, we start at 4, that's what it says right there. And the rule is to add 3. The rule for Y is to add 3 to the previous term, okay? So 4 plus 3 is 7, the previous term. So 7 plus 3, 11. Add 3 to the previous term, which is 11 plus 3, 14. Oh, oopsies, sorry. Just realized my mistake. The thing I was checking, 7 plus 3 is 10. Whoops. You guys catch that? I hope you did. It was a test. All right, plus 3 is 13. And then plus 3 is 16. So that was the rule. So now they want to know here on the side, what order pairs is she or is Mrs. Castro able to plot? Well, let's see. You have X1 and Y4. Do I see 1? Remember, X is the first number, Y is the second number. X1 and Y3. No. Okay, so it's not A. X13, is there a 13 here? And a Y14. Oh, look at this one. Here, I think they try to trick you here. This is supposed to be 14X, 13Y, but this is 13X, 14Y. So this was a trick. So we're not gonna fall for that. Let's see, 5X, okay, 5X and Y10. 5X, Y10. Are these ordered pairs? That does match. And then 7, 2. Oh, we have 7, 2, but it's supposed to be 2, 7 because X goes first, 2, 7. So this is backwards as well. It is not correct. So your answer would be C. Be careful as they're trying to trick you. One way you can do this so you don't get confused, you can write your order pairs on the side. So this would have been 1, 4, 2, 7, 5, 10, 14, 13, and 41, 16. And that kind of would have made it easier for you to see which ordered pairs match. And it would have been C in term 3. All right, this one is similar to what we've done before. It just looks a little bit different. Here they have 2 tables for you. The tables below show the first term of patterns with 2 different rules. So rule A is to multiply by 3 and starts at 1. So they wrote that for you. Starts at 1, the first term, and the rule is to multiply by 3. And then for rule B is to add 7 and starts at 6. And the question would be, which term, which is not on here, but which term do both numbers appear at the same number appear? So let's see. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 3, because that's the rule to multiply by 3, is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Good. Keep practicing your basic facts. 27 times 3. If you're not sure, which I'm not, so let's go ahead and do some side work. 3 times 7 is 21. Regroup. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2. So 81. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Rule B is to add 7. First term, start at 6. 6 plus 7, 13. Add 7 again, 20. Add 7 again, 27. Add 7 again, 34. Now, which term do they have the same number? Well, term 1, I have 1 and 6. That doesn't work. In the second term, I have 3 and 13. Nope. In the third term, I have 9 and 20. Nope. In the fourth term, I have 27 and 27. And in the fifth term, I have 81 and 34. So, just like we did in 15.1, the answer would be the fourth term. And if they're asking you for what is the number that is the same, it would be 27. So it depends on what they're asking you. Either the fourth term is the answer or 27, or sometimes they'll ask you for both. In your independent, you're doing something very similar to what we just did. Find the missing symbol. There'll be 3 letters that you're gonna click in your independent. Same thing here. Find the ordered pairs. Make your own table on your blank sheet of paper, please. And same thing here at the bottom, a table. Find which term and find what is the number. And then for your homework, similar. Everything is similar. Make sure you're looking at the video. This is the end of unit 15. Thank you very much.